In this video, I want to go about fixing the crash that we are getting at the end of our level sequence playing. So basically our outro when we start the seamless travel to restart the match. And basically what was causing the crash was simply having this window open with the sequencer. When it was closed, we're good to go. So yeah, problem solved. However, I do want to do some additional changes. Primarily, I want to not really have to rely on this event. So if we go to it, you can see we are calling restart game. And I don't really like this approach too much because that means our sequencer is more or less responsible for handling the restart. And rather, I would prefer to have the game mode handle it. So when the sequencer has finished, the game mode can then trigger the restart itself. So that's pretty simple to do. If we go to the sequencer player, and here, go to the parent class, movie scene sequencer player, and we can scroll down and find we have a host of events right here. So on play, on stop, pause, etc. And in our case, just because we're in C++, we're going to use on native finished. Now these events do not have any parameters, so we just need to get access to it. Now, we could do that in here, but the problem is the game modes restart, what do you call it? Restart game function is private. So can't really call it from an outside source. We more or less want to call it from the game mode. And that does kind of make sense as to why that might be. So we're going to do, kind of want to consider it like a hacky way to handle this. It's not too bad. But basically, because the on rep is going to fire on the listen server as well, uh, I want to do a little bit of a change. So in the end game for the server, we are not going to call this on rep game ended. So that way this logic here will only run on the clients. So we already know it works. So I'm going to remove this game ended like so. And I'm also going to copy this on game ended.broadcast, so that event, and paste it inside of the end game call. So that way, if we need to, the listen server can receive this broadcast, at the same time when it's, well, necessary. So that's all we want to do in here. The rest is going to be in the zombies game mode, and it's going to be this logic here. So what we can do is just copy and paste it in our end match function. So we're going to do that at the very end. First off, let's go ahead and include the level sequence actor as well as the level sequence player. So those are right here, level sequence actor.h and level sequence player.h. And what we want is, let's grab the sequence player. We want the on native finished. And in our case, we want to go ahead and I'm going to use a lambda. So I'll just do a bind weak lambda, this for the object. Then for the functor, we'll pass in this, no parameters. And we simply are just going to call restart game. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to close the editor down, recompile, and relaunch just to make sure everything is good to go. And we can modify our sequence player to basically, when the sequence has ended, the game restarts. We just want to make sure of that. Okay. Once we are back in the editor, we can go back to the sequence player and just simply delete our events. So we no longer have it. And yeah, we shouldn't crash, or sorry, we shouldn't crash. And we should also have it be triggered right at the very end here, which I don't quite want because that's pretty, far out. What I'd rather do is right here when we have our fade for the audio, where the audio completely fades out, like so, I'd rather have it end there. I don't exactly know what this red thing does. I think that's like a temporary player, but right around on frame 660. So in this case, 662. There we go. We snapped it back to 660. Save all, and let's enable seamless travel. So I'll go ahead and play with server and client because that seems to be the most consistent cause of the problem. And I will pause it so you don't have to hear this for the umpteenth time. Alrighty, we're fading out. And we performed our travel. So the only drawback was we did have a pop-in, but everything seems to be good aside from that. So basically that pop-in was, what do you call it? I can't quite think of the word, but it basically was when the sequence player was ending and we kind of went back to our normal camera, so to speak. So, yeah, that's, in my opinion, good enough for now. I just wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way to where everything was actually, working as it should. Because again, if I had the level sequence open and tried this, then we would end up with a crash, which, yeah, I wasn't sure exactly what was going on at the time, but now we know. So I'm going to consider this not complete, but the majority of the features kind of ready there. And it can be, fine tuned with some polish, specifically inside of, say, our main HUD, something like that, where we can kind of hide the transitions to the new level and that sort of thing. So, anyways, I digress. I will see you in the next video. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description below, where you can also get early access to this entire series.